Hello and welcome to my first YouTube video. FIFA 16 is the game, and I've decided to do a career mode, something I don't really do that often, particularly the management side of it. So I thought I'd give it a go. Of course, I'm not one to do things that easy, so I've opted to play in League 2, and here I'm just skimming through, deciding between Dagenham, Altrincham, Yeovil. But in the end, I've gone for Newport County, a struggling side in real life. You know, they've got financial problems, and in the game they're 1 star, hardly any transfer budget, hardly any wage budget. So of course I'll be playing that. So this is a world class. So I can't be doing any higher than that. I am not that great anyway. So world class I think is a good setting for me. I have tinkered slightly with the sliders purely just to tone down the drilled passes, because anyone that plays League 2 will know passing and ball control and first touches are a nightmare anyway. So with the addition of drill passes, it just makes it more like a pinball match going on in the middle and not a great deal of fun. So I have tinkered with that. Right, so we're going to move on to our first league game. Now you would have noticed that I haven't actually played any friendly games in the friendly tournaments. I can't be doing with that. I thought just get straight into the league season. I have made some loan signing inquiries. Haven't quite got the wage budget for that yet, so fingers crossed I get someone in. So the transfers and all that kind of aspect I'm working on. Is really all I can say, with really strict financial restrictions. And this is probably the worst couple of free kicks you'll ever see in your life, and this, in a nutshell, is about as good as I get on FIFA. That was tragic. And there we go, so I give up on that, get to the game, our first home game against Oxford United, who are a very good side in League 2. I think they're going to be a good test, so to play against them at this stage of the season will give me more of an idea of really what I need to do, what kind of players I need to bring in. It was a rubbish game. The game was crap. Two sides struggling, so there's not really much highlights. I've recorded quite a bit of the first half, really not a great deal in that, and there are, you know, a few clips, a few highlights of the second half, and that's about it. A lot of the game was played out wide, and the final balls into the box from both sides was naff. Formation wise, I've set up with a 3-5-2 formation. Don't really know why. Newport play that in real life. That's good enough for me. Although it's not really working for them at the moment. But I've set up with that formation purely just to maybe become more of a counter-attacking side. So I know that we haven't really got tremendous players. We're going to do a great deal, but you know, once we can get into the game a bit and get the wide players in, should have passed that there. And I don't know why this didn't do anything. He was offside anyway, but I was spamming the hell out of shoot, and he decided to take a touch. Never mind. A few free kicks. I did give away a few free kicks. They took that short, even though it was about 10 yards away from where it was, but that's what happens in real life. And quick throw from the back, trying to build up some momentum, trying to catch Oxford off guard, but what I have noticed playing in League 2, it is so sluggish. It really is. Turning, agility, pace, there's none of that at all, so it's very difficult to have a counter-attacking setup. You probably need to get in some lone players who are quick, a bit more athletic, you know, someone from the Premier League. And as you can see, another example of some fine crossing. And here's another chance as he steals it, and there's one player in the box. And to be fair, he did have a go. He did fling himself, but it was behind him. And again, play breaking out wide, Oxford. And we deal with this one pretty well, and actually pick up the second ball and try and break through the midfield. That's exactly what I'm trying to do with the team. And here I'm trying to hold up the play, trying to get players to run ahead of me, midfielders ahead of me, and he's done well there. And my fullback, well, my wing back, he decides to do this. Now, I'm going to say there was an injury that you can't see there. It was over the other side of the pitch, but there was an injury, trust me. So it was just being sportsmanlike. But this was pretty much the way the game went. Nothing really sexy, nothing too good. You know, keeper does well to punch. And again, we get the second ball, we pick it up and we want to break forward quickly. But it really is a difficult job. We lose possession, get scrappy, and then they regain possession. And then we start all over again. So we are coming up to half-time, and Oxford win a free kick outside the box. I had to sort of make some sort of last-ditch challenge there. I did actually press it before he made contact, but as slow as he is, there we go, free kick. I think my discipline this season is going to be quite bad. But what happened from that was a very defining moment, because he curled it beautifully into the top corner for 1-0. And you have to say, great goal, but we can't be conceding many of these this season. Because I have noticed in FIFA, free kicks do seem to be a little bit more workable. I found that in some of the other modes that I've played that you can get more accuracy and a bit more spin and curve on the ball. So, a real rubbish time to concede. Right on the stroke of half time. Neither side really deserved to do any. I mean, this game should have been 0-0. Because both sides were pretty rubbish. But there we go. You get your chances, you got to take them. And that's what Oxford have done. Quality player, Kemar Roof in real life. He is a quality player and he is capable of that kind of stuff. So credit to him there. So really, going into half time, thought going in at 1-0, you know, very disappointing. So for the second half, I was going to look to make some changes. I didn't know whether really to make too many changes, try and work with what we've been trying so far. So in the end, I've decided to take off Blackwood, who's one of the strikers, and I was going to put Alito, who was playing the left side of centre midfield in attack, purely because he's a little bit pacier than some of the, not much, but a little bit more. And the setting I have on that particular forward is to pull out into the wide areas. So I was going to try and utilise maybe a bit of his movement. His acceleration is pretty decent for this level. So that's what I was going to try and do. And for the second half, so we're going to give it a go. I think I was already in attacking mode by this stage. So we wanted to try and just get the play moving a bit more fluidly like we have here. This is one of the problems. This is my wing back. What an utterly awful first touch. That was dreadful. And you can't really work with that. That's bread and butter of football. But there we go. You have to persevere. And we did alright in the opening stages. And this is Alita making them runs out wide, which is what I wanted him to do. Okay, again, no end product. Didn't quite have the quality to get around the defender there, but we were putting on some pressure, early pressure, and that's what I wanted. Forcing Oxford to clear, and I don't know how that was their throw, but there we go. And another breakaway. We keep doing this, we break the ball down nicely. I'm happy with the defence. It just takes a little bit of time for the players to get up and support, but this was one of my better chances. Good ball in, and just couldn't get there. And we won a throw-in. We actually won a throw-in the opponent's half. It's just about the small victories. And from that, we won a corner. Bit of a scramble as such. And the shot, wow. Absolute scorcher. And that pretty much was it. Nothing else really to report in the way of chances. Disappointed, obviously, to lose the first game and at home, but now I've got more of an idea of the type of players I need to bring in. So, if any of you guys have tips out there of players, preferably online because I really haven't got much of a transfer budget, you can message me underneath. There's my Twitter that you can use, and any comments about anything, you know, my annoying, boring voice, something like that, just put a comment in, like it. just made me feel a bit popular. Thanks very much for watching.